Have you ever wondered why you find yourself peeing more often in the wintertime or in the cold weather? Well, I'm Dr. Rena Malik, urologist and pelvic surgeon, and today we're going to answer just that, why you might have to go to the bathroom more often in winter weather. If you're new here, I'm a urologist and pelvic surgeon, and I make content on urologic health, sexual health, bladder health, and much, much more. Make sure you subscribe and share this channel with your friends. First of all, let's talk about what's normal. Normally, people will go to the bathroom less than 8 times a day. They will also occasionally have urgency, like the sensation of gotta go, but it's not very frequent. And people will wake up to 1 time at night, but more than that, it's considered abnormal. And also, having any sort of leakage associated with its sensation of having to go is also considered abnormal. All those things, all those symptoms I just listed, which are called urinary frequency, urgency, incontinence, and nocturia, make up a syndrome called overactive bladder. And people who have this condition may notice that their symptoms tend to get worse in winter months. Well, is that for real, or is it just something in your head? So there's a couple things that happen during cold weather months. First of all, cold weather can tense up the muscles in your pelvic floor. And the tensing of these muscles can kind of stimulate the bladder to feel like it needs to go more often. So it starts having more bladder spasms. In fact, in some animal studies, they've actually monitored this, and they've exposed animals to cold weather, and they've looked at how frequently their bladders contract. And they found that animals that were exposed to this cold temperature had more contractions than those that didn't. Another thing that happens during the cold weather is you sweat less. So the fluid that you intake in the summer months, you may sweat some of that out, whereas now it's all filtering through your kidneys and ultimately going down into the bladder. So you have more urine in your bladder coming in, which makes you have to go more often. And lastly, exposure to the cold environment can trigger our nervous system to have what's called a fight or flight response. And the nervous system that's responsible for this is called the sympathetic nervous system. And in men, this response can actually cause contractions of muscles in the prostate. And this can actually make it more difficult to empty your bladder when you urinate, making it so that you're leaving more urine behind in the bladder rather than emptying it all out. And then you end up needing to go to the bathroom sooner than you normally would because your bladder wasn't completely empty after you went to the bathroom. So what can you do about it? Well, there's not a huge number of studies about this, but they did one study, and they found that people who had colder temperatures in their living rooms tended to have more issues with urinating frequently and waking up at night to urinate. So keeping your living room temperature a little bit warmer, or having maybe a space heater in your living room, might be helpful in helping you if you're suffering from more urinary symptoms during the winter. All right, hope this was helpful for you guys all. If you have anything else you want to learn about, please comment below and let me know. As always, remember to take care of yourself because you're worth it.